Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. We are continuing the series on hashtag ABC April 2025, and today is letter O. And this is a challenge that's put forth by Margaret from Seven Plaza and Tony from Crafty by Tony. So for the entire month of April, every day of the month has a letter correlation to a product, a technique, or whatever that we can use within our junk journals, our art journals, crafting in general. So today for O, we are going to be using some oxides. So I have some of my oxide ink pads and a couple other things, and we are going to be making an over the page decoration. You'll see. We're going to be crafting it together, so it's going to be a craft with me. But before we get started, we need to decorate our papers. And I'm sure, I have a whole bunch of papers here. I'm sure you have seen one of my favorite ways to decorate paper is to simply smoosh. I know there's reflections, but that's okay. Simply smoosh some of my ink pads. These are my oxide ink pads. So we are using bundled sage. I'll try and put them over the the glares. Carved pumpkin. Yeah, it's not working. Forest moss, squeezed lemonade. You know, these colors kind of seem like they don't really work together, but all the colors work together actually. And then this one is fossilized amber. Just gonna put little bits all over the place. So if you haven't seen this technique before, this works with the oxide ink. And I'm just doing a fine plain water spritz all over my desk. And just kind of, I want the ink to move. That's how much water I'm adding to it. And you can see like the oxidation is already happening. I want that. That's what I want. So this is 110 pound white cardstock. I am dabbing it all throughout my ink blobs. And let's see what we have so far. That's what we have so far. Now is when I kind of move it around, pick up all this watered down excess ink. And I'm working on a glass mat. I'm almost always working on a glass mat. And I'm just picking all of this up. Now, is every little spot covered? No. We are going to dry this with my embossing heat tool. This is going to be loud. If you want to turn off your sound, this is the time to do it. If you have the old-fashioned, like 30-year-old one like I do, don't touch that tip when this gets going because it's metal. The newer ones are plastic coated around this. I haven't bought one of the newer ones because this works perfectly fine. So I want to give this a little bit of a dry. I keep this moving. I don't want my paper to burn. Is that dry? No. Is it drier? Yes. Let me hang this back up. Okay, we are going to add, let's add some of that darker green, the forest moss. And I'm just going to take my cloth and clean some of this up. I always keep a cloth at my desk. I'm just going to add bunches of it. Oops. Grab my water. Now, I have this spot kind of here that has a lot more white paper space, kind of seen, blank paper space. So I kind of want to focus on that and put some of the green there. Let me just do that. There we go. There we go. Okay, and now let's just kind of get some on the edges. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's give this a little bit of a dry. Now I am happy with that. The other thing I have, completely opposite colors, Distress Oxide Spray, and this is the Wilted Violet. Now, this one was almost empty. Added a little bit of water to it. Can you hear that little ball on the inside? So you're supposed to, according to Tim, swirl it like this, then shake it like this. Sometimes you don't hear that little ball inside, so you swirl it like this, twirl it, until you hear the ball moving. And then you give it a shake. There. Now, if I wanted to come in with a little bit of water, that's what kind of helps it. The oxidizing, so you can see the oxidizing happening right there. So let's give this another dry. Now, this is going to take a long time to dry, but you can see, look at all the oxidizing happening. So, Cassie Rose is in my room over here. She's causing a ruckus. So this one's going to take a while to dry. It is still damp. But through the magic of, do we say the magic of television anymore? I don't know. I have a whole bunch of these that I have pre-started. So let me move this aside. Let me let that dry. I normally like these to kind of dry overnight. I am going to kind of give that a little bit of a squirt. These are fully dry, and I'm not adding a ton of water. If the paper was wet ahead of time, you get even more like oxidation and stuff that happens. So you can see how the wetness goes right through the paper. And that's 110 pound cardstock. This one is mostly dry. Is it 100% dry? No. And sometimes what I do, and you could see me, that's what I was doing, is I was coming in with my cloth and kind of tapping at some of the puddles to kind of speed along the drying process on that. So we have this one. We have these that have no purple on them. So actually I'm going to leave this one here so it cuts down on the glare. This is the first one. It's still wet. See, you can see through the back. I do like that one though. But anyways, we're going to work on this one. So in order to create the over pocket, the over the page journaling thing that I want to create, we are going to fold this in half, which is going to be a little on the trickier side with something that's still semi-damp. Your paper can tear easily, so I'm gingerly creasing it. There. Now I want to fold it in half again. There. So this is going to go, let me see, I have a page right here. So if you crawl on my G page, my gusseted page, we have that. This is going to go over the page. Now we're going to trim this one down because this is a little more than what we need here. So this is going to go over the page, and this is going to be journaling on both sides. We're going to open it up. You're going to see open for O. Okay, let's grab the paper cutter. And we are going to trim this one down. So folded, so this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It's 5.5-ish. So wait a minute, I'm going to cut this down just so you know. We're cutting this down to 4.5. You can use that for something else. And you know I do. Okay, so let me grab that page again. I haven't put my book, my actual journal together yet, so I'm just using this. Perfect. You see how that fits really nicely. So this is a coffee stained copy weight paper, 8.5 by 11. And this will be the pages in my journal, amongst other papers as well. But until I get my actual journal put together, I've been using this, so just so you know. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now, I need this to open so it can become an open over the page journaling spot. Say that 3 times, my goodness. Now, all we need to do is cut this line right here. Now, we can use the paper cutter and we can use scissors. I am not a fantastic cutter of straight lines. So what I am going to do, so you can still see how wet it is, I am going to cut not on this line directly. I'm going to cut just to the right and just to the left of this crease line. I feel if I use my bigger scissors, my longer scissors, I'm more apt to get a straighter line. That little bitty bit. Now see, I still didn't get it straight. Yeah. You know, I watched Shabby Dabby Doo Dah, and she just cuts these lines, and they look relatively straight. And I'm like, how does she do that? Power to her. Just trying to trim that. It didn't cut perfectly great because it wasn't fully dry. Okay. This is what we have. We don't need this right now. Let me grab our simulated journal. So we have this going over the page. It opens like this, and this is going to be journaling. I flip the page, and look, there's more open journaling. Now we have a lot more to do to this before we get to those points. Let's do corner rounding. Now some of this paper, like I said, is still damp, so it's gonna be tricky. So I might have to just come in and hand cut it. So far so good, actually. Okay, so that's gonna open like that. Let's cut right here. Let's cut right here. Open like that. Flip this over. I need to cut right here. There. The only place I didn't cut is right here. And you know what? It's a little too damp. Well, maybe I'll just give it like the imprint. Yeah, see, it's too thick too. Yeah, no, we're going to leave that one. And I'm okay with that. We are going to come in and we are going to use another Oxide. My walnut stain, of course. Is this too confusing with yellow on yellow? Let me grab another one. Here. That might be more visually easier to decipher. Okay, now let's just kind of ink everything. Oh, I don't need these right now. And I don't need these. And I don't need this. So we can get those out of the way. Now this will dry probably before overnight, frankly. So if you've been following me along, I've got a couple things to fill you in on. Put the pink collar on my precious little angel, pretty princess, Cassie Rose. It's a pink, it's like a pink rose, and the collar is pink, and it has all pink rhinestones on it. It's precious, let me tell you. It's just precious. I knew it. I called it. Didn't I say? As soon as I put this on her, she's going to go roll in the mud. I was trying to clean my car out today. I was trying to do like a whole bunch of stuff. I go and I look at her. She's covered in mud. She's my little teeny tiny chihuahua. Ooh, was I mad? Oh my gosh. I'm like, what did you do? It's like her back was covered, the back of her legs was covered, and she was just so happy. Like, this, I'm the pretty muddy princess. Ay, ay, ay. I didn't feel like chucking her in the shower, so I took those wipes that I get at Dollar Tree that I show in my videos, and I wiped her down with those, and those worked really well. Okay, that part's good. I was like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. Now, because this is going to be journaling on the inside, I have a sticker on my journaling thing. How did I get a sticker on this? We are going to, all right, I'll just take care of that later. We are going to add some journaling lines inside of this. So I've used these stencils in a lot of my videos. I get them on Amazon, and I got 2 different sizes. The college rule and whatever you call the other one. So I'm gonna line it up there. This is a gel pen. Is that going through? Oh, yeah, it is. Now that I moved it. It's hard to see at this angle. Now, because there is no way I'm going to get this straight. Well, I mean, I suppose I could. Should I try it? All right, let's give it a try. Yeah, no, it's not straight. I mean, even with the other one. That's what I was trying to... Actually, that's pretty good. Did I do it going the right way? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. So there's the front. Now this is going to be the back. So let's add some lines. And then we get to the good part of decorating. My favorite part. I find that when I add lines to whatever my hidden journaling might be, it lets people know, journal here. You know, if they're buying a journal from me, yeah, they can reach out to me, but unless they watch my videos to know each and every hidden journaling spot, that's just something they're going to kind of figure out on their own. Did I do it? Yeah, I did. So by doing the lines, it lets them know, hey, this is where you do the journaling. Okay. So this is going to go over the page. You have your journaling here, your journaling here. Now, let's decorate this. So I have some stencils. These have really cool numbers and words and all different things. So let's use these. I am going to do, this is Mermaid, that's on this one, and that's Elements by Lavinia Stamps. Those ink pads, I use them in a ton of my videos. Okay, there's that. And let's flip it over. These were a set of stencils that I got on Temu. I just have to make sure I'm holding them in the right fashion. Make sure, yep, that's looking good. Should I get that one? You know what, I like that. Since I added purple to this, let's see if I have enough ink in my purple here. Although I do like that number. Okay. There. And I believe this purple is Merlot. Same thing. Lavinia Stamps Elements ink pads. Nice. I'm happy with that. Yep, still going in the right direction. Now, let's decorate beyond all of this. So, I really don't have any specific thing planned other than, I mean, you guys know I'm working on a mushroom fairy journal. So I have like little bits and pieces here. I've used these in like every video for this journal that I've been doing. I have these. Let's see what these are. Oh, those are cute. I haven't used any of these yet. Oh, I kind of like that one. So we'll do that one for one side. Oh, that's pretty. Let's do that one. Oh, so there appears to be 2 of each. Okay. Where did... Oh, I put it away. Whoops. Let's do some rounding of the corners. We'll use this little itty bitty one. And I find with these thin papers, if I double it up, I have more success with cutting the corner. There. And now let's ink around those. So yesterday was my birthday. If you've been watching my videos, you know I had a plan of attack on, here in the United States, you can get free things on your birthday at different restaurants and different places. So my son and I had a plan of attack for birthday freebies. Now I have to pay for him, so I mean I'm still paying stuff. So we went first of all to the dump recycling center. I got 2 really nice books. I'm going to do a haul and I'm going to show those. I was super happy with that. And I figured even if this is like my only birthday present, you know, I mean, my mom always gives me stuff. But I figured even if this is my only birthday present, I'm happy with these that I got at the, does that blend too much? It might blend too much. I was happy that I got those at the recycling center. They were really cute. I'm going to use some book page, which I always have book page on my desk. So I got 2 reference books, which are what I like. And sort of some of the smaller ones, which I like even more. And then we went over to the jewelry place that I like. It's a like an outlet kind of place where they get a lot of things from, I don't know, like overstock or stores going out of sale or going out of business. And I know my jewelry, so I'm happy to get what I get. And my son gets me a new ring for my birthday and for Mother's Day. So here's the ring. That's what I picked out. I said to him, you pick out what you like. Show me what you like. And he picked this out, and I had seen a version of this that I was looking at in a smaller size. I was like, oh, it's so funny you picked that out. That's what I picked out. And I liked the color combo in this one a little bit better. So that is what I got. And I was very happy. So that was that. So then I said, okay, where do you want to go? I don't care, but I'm starving, he says. I said, okay. So we went to Red Robin, which we don't go to a lot. We don't eat a ton of that type of food. But Red Robin does have gluten-free, dairy-free hamburger buns. And it is unlimited French fries. And the French fries are made in a dedicated gluten-free fryolator. And I got my meal for free, which, you had to be a member of their, like, what do you call it, rewards club thing. And I am. So my meal was free. And my son, who isn't working right now, he's still in high school. He's like, why don't I pay for my meal? Number one, I almost fell over. Number two, I was like, no, that's okay. You don't have to. But I did get $1 from him because I needed $1 more for the tip. I'm trying to teach him, like how to do tipping, and he's pretty good at all that. He has what I think are better life skills than some adults I know. So I thought that was good. We had a nice time. And then I dragged him over. If you're from Maine or New England, we have a store called Martin's. So I have done a Martin's haul before. I probably will do more Martin's haul stuff. So Martin's is a surplus place. Martin's is a place that gets things from like QVC and all those type of places, and all the stores going out of business. So probably fabric and stuff like that will end up at Joann's. From Joann's will end up at Martin's. Martin's has a big fabric department. At 2 of the stores near me have fabric. Not all of them sell fabrics. I made him walk through all the fabrics with me. He's going under his breath. Be thankful it's your birthday. Be thankful it's your birthday. I said, you are welcome. Thank you. Oh, I had a good time, though. As much as he complains, I have these stickers, so let's see what. As much as he complains, he kind of gets into it, and he sort of helps me with some of it. I think he likes to bitch and complain to hear himself bitch and complain. That's okay. I ignored him. Hey, it was my birthday. One day out of the year. I wanted to go look at fabric. These are my little postage stamp ones. I used to have mushroom ones of these. I don't know where they went to. I think they up and walked away. Is this the other one? Okay, yeah, this is the other one of these sticker labely things. No, I don't like that. Three. A little crooked, but that's okay. I have to make sure I'm putting these on the right, the right way. Not putting them on upside down. Okay, there's that one. I didn't even use the postage, but that's okay. Should I put a postage up here? I have this little teeny one. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do that. If I can get it straight. Okay. This doesn't necessarily have to coordinate, but what the heck. So we did that. Then we went pick up some medicine, brought it over to my mom. And my mom was like, here's your birthday presents. She's going to love me telling this story. My mom watches all my videos. So you have to know, my mom doesn't get out too much, especially in the winter. She's mostly bedbound in the winter. But she had gone out, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. She had gone out. I'm not sure I like that one on this now. Let me see. Well, anyways, she had gone out a couple weeks ago, and she had picked up some clothes at Martin's, of all places. They had clothes on a really good sale. I wonder if there's one that has purple in it. There's blues in it. So anyways, she picked me up some clothes, and she brought out this big bag of clothes. And she says, I bought all these for you. And I got home and I tried it on. It fit me. So I'm keeping it. And I said, that's fine. Keep it. She needs it more than I do. So that's perfectly fine with me. But I'm laughing because, it's funny. And some of the clothes were $1 a piece. Some of them were like $8 a piece, but some of them were $1 a piece. Where can you get clothes for $1 a piece? So I'm like, all right, you keep those. And then she's like, I got this one for you too. This one fit me too, so I'm keeping this one. I'm like, okay, so what'd you get me? How is this my birthday? But that's fine. She did give me some really pretty, that's the same one. It's the same one I have. There's a little purple in that, but I don't know. I'm not feeling that one. She got me this really pretty, like flouncy kind of shirt. Kind of airy, flowy scarf. What is it called? Like a scarf shirt or something? I like those. Those are the types I like to wear because they're very, I don't know, flowy and airy and they're fun. So she got me another one of those. She got me this really pretty, it's like a poncho sweater thing. It has pockets. This pullover, sweatery kind of thing. And then she got me some Tim Holtz metal gears and some twine. She got me a couple other things. I forget. I don't know. Which do we like better? Oh, maybe I'll just go with my first choice. I chose it for a reason. So anyways, so that was my fun stuff. I have not tried any of the clothes on yet. She just gave them to me yesterday. Pretty much. She's good at picking out what my size is. I'm not really worried about that. She's good at picking out what her size is, too. I'm just going to say it to make fun of her. So I'm telling this to my friend yesterday. And my friend, knows my mother and everything. And she's laughing. And she just thought that was the funniest thing. I mean, it is funny. Don't get me wrong. It is funny. I think we'll just go with that one. So, yeah. I have some clothes. Not all the clothes. But she did put it, bonus, in a Martin's bag. Martin's has the best tote bags. So, bonus there. And I did get some really pretty fabric yesterday. So I'm going to do a video just with that because I want to make some book covers for the journals with the fabric, but I also have other things in mind for the other fabrics that I got. I don't normally go to that particular Martin's for fabrics. There's a different one that I normally go to, but there was a very knowledgeable man who was running that department, and I will probably go back and kind of pick his brain a little bit. I don't sew. I mean, I know how to sew. My mom put me in sewing classes when I was 8. So, I mean, I started like making clothes and stuff when I was 8. And, you know, making dolls and doll clothes and, you know, things like that. I prefer to hand sew as opposed to machine sewing. You know, for the past, I don't know, quite a few years, I used to travel a lot. So whenever I traveled, I would, I have this little tiny sewing bag. And in it, I have wool felting. So I would make little tiny wool felting, like pendulum bags or little tiny jewelry bags or, you know, these little tiny wool felted bags. My eyesight is not the same as it was then. You know? 53 just hits differently, which is fine. Not a problem. And of course, my son's dad and I, for the most part, we get along. Depends on the day. He's not a bad guy. Mostly. Depends on the day. Yes. He was sending me all the little memes and things, telling me that I was old all day yesterday. Well, he's bald, so you can make fun of me for being old, but I just gave it right back to him. And of course, my friend was loving that I did that one too, because she just thought that was terrible. It was. And then, like, he kept going on all day. Like, he apparently has nothing in life to do, even though he keeps telling me how busy he is at work. Okay. Then why are you bugging me? So I'd kind of had my fill. And I said, I don't care how old you think I am. You will always be older than me. Mysteriously, he shut up. And, you know, we have a group chat between him, my son, and myself. And, you know, my son's seeing what's going on, and he's laughing, you know. Yeah. Shut you right up, buddy. So glad you're so busy at work that you're harassing me. The birthday gal. Whatever. His birthday's in a few months. Turn around is fair play. He's kind of like a 2-year-old. Yeah. He's an only child. And I tell my son, don't do that. Because my son's an only child too. My son laughs at him. I think I'm getting a little too much stuff because I like all that. I better put it back. I'll fill it up with stickers and die cuts and all that fun stuff. More is more. I'm a more is more person. Okay, now let's clean up some of this stuff so I can show you how we're actually going to put all this together and sort of assemble all this. I have my fairy stickers, but I didn't use those. Let me show you what I did. I mean, it's pretty basic. You know what I was going to do that I never did? I was going to do a whale tail right here. Should we do that? Oh, these are falling on me. Let me see, where did I put my whale tails? I have that box of whale tails. Aha! Here they are. And I have this one that I decorated the other day, but I didn't make two, so I don't have two coordinating. Oh, I have two of these. You know, I don't use the tab ones as much as I use the whale tails. Let's use 2 tabs. And let's ink all this up. When I have papers, or this is ledger paper, like when I have junk mail or whatever, I like to just sit down with my punches, my tab punch or my whale tail punch, and just fill up that box that I have of different papers, different designs, different textures of paper. I keep saying I'm going to go to get some wallpaper. Okay. And we went to another secondhand store yesterday. Wasn't exactly our thing. My son got a CD and I got some really pretty decorated napkins. They were $1 and they were expensive ones. I felt $1 was very reasonable for that, and my son's CD was only 50 cents. So, good deals, but we probably won't go back. Okay, should we add some... Let's add some stamping on those. And I have my dark... I'm not even going to put it on a block. Normally I put it on a block. There. There. So that was quick and easy. I'm not getting foofy on my decorations. Okay, let me bring back, whoops, everything fell out of this. Let me bring back my paper here that I'm using as my simulated book. Now, for this over the page tab, hidden journaling thing, I'll come up with a name, you'll see it in the thumbnail. How am I going to get this to stay here, you might ask? Because if this has so much journaling on it, you might want to remove it to do some journaling. I have magnets. So I have different types of magnets. So I have these long ones, and then I have these. Now these are, yeah, they're tiny, but they're kind of thick. My fingers are all filthy. But these are still smaller than these. So what I want to do is I want to get 2. And then, because these are going to go all over the place, let me close this up. And I want to get my, Cassie, hold on. I want to get my approximate inch punch. It's not really an inch. And those things that we just cut out, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's really not even going to be seen. Well, I mean, it'll probably be seen, but minimally seen. There, I only need 2, but we'll do 3. That's what's going to cover the magnet. I am going to put the magnet on the back of each one of these. So here and here are where the magnets are going to go. And then I'm going to cover the magnet with these papers. Now, For some reason, my brain doesn't work well with magnets. I don't know why. My suggestion is leave them attached so you know what direction they go in. There, and then let me add a whole bunch of glue, like a generous amount of glue, to this cutout inch circle, and I'm just going to cover the magnet. That is a super thick magnet, far thicker than what I thought I was buying. So I'm kind of squishing it. I don't need it to look pretty. I need it to be effective. It will look okay. Okay. Now, attach that. Let's flip this over. Put that, actually, let's do a generous amount because I'm going to be putting that circle on it anyways. So this goes, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so here it is. I think my son's getting home. I'm going to yell to him in a minute. So I'm flipping that way, getting it in the glue, adding glue to the outside of this. The inside doesn't need it because, well, let's do the inside too. So it covers that. And then hold that down really, 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 really well. I am not going to decorate the inside of this. I'm not going to stamp it. I'm not going to stencil it. I'm not going to do any of that. And let's just make sure they line up. Yep, they line up. So then when you get this over your page, is it lining up? Do I have to redo it? Nope, it's staying. There. So there's that part. Now, this part is flying all over the place. So what are you going to do with that? I have my Velcro. So you can add Velcro right here behind this to here was my plan. I'm not going to cover that with one of those circles. I'm going to stick that down. There. So we're using Velcro and we're using magnets. We're really getting fancy. The only thing is this is a little bit more thicker because of these things. If you have a problem with all those things being so thick, turn it into a hidden paper clip. I was debating if I wanted it to be a hidden paper clip, and I thought, you know, I never use magnets and, you know, all that fun stuff. I do sometimes, but I kind of wanted to use magnets. So there's that. So let's look at what we got. So we have that with our hidden journaling. Flip it over. We have that with our hidden journaling. So there's my Oxide over the page hidden journaling something. Let's see what I call it. See what I call it in the thumbnail. Well, I hope this has given you some ideas. You know, I like to do my videos to give you inspiration. maybe you can improve upon this. Please do. Please improve upon it if you can. And you can find me on social media at Facebook, Elemental Energies with Chrisanne, Instagram, where Margaret found some of my things and liked them from this series. I am super excited. I call my mom. I was all excited. I'm a complete geek. So I was all excited that Margaret from Seven Plaza liked my things. Thank you, Margaret. And, so you can also find me on Blue Sky, Chrisanne1234 for that one, and Instagram. And of course, come back and watch my videos. I'm doing a lot in the hashtag ABC April 2025 series. So thanks so much for tuning in. Check out my website. My oracle deck that I have created is available for pre-order on my website. It's linked in every single video, elementalenерgieswithchrisanne.com. Thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. Take care. Be free.